We got season 6 started off on the right foot. Last episode, Andrew Adams got to play in his first career college football game, a top 10 matchup on a neutral site against Texas A&M, and he more than held his own. An efficient 12 of 15, 153 yards passing, 97 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and most importantly, he didn't turn it over. It was also a new start for both coordinators on offense and defense. Offensively, I think we're going to see some more screens and getting our athletes into space this season, and a more diverse quarterback run game that doesn't just include zone reads. All in all, it was a very promising start to the year, but now an even bigger challenge awaits. We're headed on the road to Ann Arbor for a huge matchup against Michigan. Welcome back to the series. I'm Kimbroplays. 26-7 was the final score last week. Marshall gets another top 10 win, adding to Coach Mayo's resume. Also, shout out to Manny Seymour, the redshirt freshman kicker. He nails 4 of 5 field goals in the opener, and the panic meter on the kicking position has gone down since the offseason episode. Marshall now getting 33 first place votes, up to the top spot in the country over North Carolina. Clemson, Florida, Pitt, USC, Nebraska, Michigan, Northwestern, and Oregon make up the rest of the top 10. So if you're counting, that's 4 ACC teams, 4 Big Ten teams, 1 Pac-12 team, and 1 SEC team. It's pretty interesting to see how, over the course of 6 seasons, the dynamic of the conferences has shifted. However, if you were paying close attention at the start of last episode, one notable name is no longer in the top 10. Absolute crazy scenes down in Athens. FCS Midwest goes deep into SEC country between the hedges and hits us with a stunner. Had to put that in there. The Kodiaks beat the Georgia Bulldogs 28-23 in what has got to be the biggest upset that we've seen in the series so far. Georgia started the season ranked inside the top 5. This drops them to 0-2. I didn't even notice they lost their first game last week. The university must be in shambles. I mentioned this a little bit in the offseason episode. Season 6 is the first time in this series that all the players in the game have been generated by the game. But it also means that the revamped Dynasty tool has been doing the training results every single year of the series, and it's impacting each player now. The tool is bringing down the overalls to something a little more realistic, so for the first time, there's no one in the game that's a perfect 99. I actually like that a little bit more, to be honest. I think it's a little more realistic, and it means 97 overall punter Brandon Coleman from Notre Dame is the best player in college football, according to overalls. 96 is going to be the best quarterback, so what James Fuqua was last season would be good for best right now. Only 92 for the best running back. That's actually pretty crazy and low. 96 for wide receiver, 91 for tight end, and it was Lewis, who we played last week, so we already saw the best tight end in college football. 90 overall for left tackle, and that is our man, true sophomore stud Derek Marcus. He's 3 overall better than the second best, which is also crazy. 95 is going to be your best left guard. Webb is in there at 85, so he's looking good. 90 for right guard, and again, it's another Marshall player, Brian Justice. So 2 of the best guys along the offensive line in all of college football play for us. We'll highlight a few more quickly. 94 for right defensive end. Jermaine Johnson is in there at 85. That's not bad. 92 is the high at cornerback, and David Watkins is in a 6-way tie for 3rd. He's at 90 overall. Finally, free safety. Evans from Clemson is the best at a 92, but Kenneth Daniels comes in as the 2nd best player with a 90 overall. So you can start to see how it feels like our roster is down when you look at our team. We only have 4 guys at 90 overall, but when you take into account the Dynasty tool over 5 seasons, we're actually one of the better teams in college football. Let's talk about the team up north. Somehow in 6 years, he hasn't bolted for the NFL or received a show cause penalty for cheating yet. He's in year 11 in Ann Arbor. Jim Harbaugh still their head coach. In year 1 of this series, they actually got it done, going 14-0, Big Ten title, and they won the college football playoff national championship. He then went on to win 2 more consecutive Big Ten titles and back-to-back Orange Bowl wins as well. But they've actually been pretty underwhelming since season 4. They've gone 10-3, 9-4 last year, so a win against us would catapult their quest to get back into the top of college football. However, if you didn't know this about me, I'm a diehard Buckeye graduate. I played drums in the band, so this one is extra personal anytime I get to play Michigan in NCAA14. Michigan's roster is led by 94 overall linebacker Richard East and 93 overall wide receiver Martin Bennett, and it looks like the strength of this roster is at defensive tackle, 88 and 89 overall. They've also got 3 really good guys at wide receiver, all of them are 87 or better, and a pretty good quarterback slinging it, 85 overall Brandon Edwards, 5th-year senior from Washington, D.C. His 2nd year as their starting quarterback. He threw for over 2,000 yards last year and had 30 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions, so he's a good player. 88 speed, 87 throw power, 92 elusiveness. I hate to admit it, but he could actually give us some problems today. Also, one of the things we've got to deal with today is the Big House itself. 3rd toughest place to play in all of college football. It's going to be probably the toughest environment we've ever had to go to in this series. B+ is across the board for the Wolverines. They had an explosive first game of the season and they ranked 7th in points per game, 3rd in total offense, 2nd in passing offense, and we had a strong defensive showing against Texas A&M, so our stats look pretty good. This one's going to be a battle. Let's get to it. Ann Arbor, Michigan. I cannot believe we are here in this series. I've been on this field in real life. It's a weird stadium, 107,000 people, but it kind of looks like a shallow plate. The fans aren't really on top of you and the sound sort of escapes up and out. I wasn't impressed. That's all I'm going to say. Marshall, 2nd straight top 10 matchup. It's number 1 Marshall and number 8 Michigan. Michigan elected to defer, and we are underway in the Big House. Eric Love settles under it 2 yards deep in his end zone, gonna bring it out up the middle between the hashes, breaks a tackle, fights it upfield a little bit further. Ultimately, it's a 29-yard return for Eric Love. Good start for Marshall. And here is Andrew Adams. 12 of 15, 153 yards passing, as I mentioned, 1 touchdown. 97 on the ground and a score with that long of 74. To be honest, I really didn't expect him to have such an explosive day in his first career start, in his first career action, to be honest. But hey, 85 speed, 87 throw power. He's an athlete and he's dynamic. First play of the day for Marshall. Coming at our own 37-yard line. Couple checks at the line of scrimmage. Adams has it in shotgun. No one coming open. Gets hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete. Lucky to get it away. Michigan with a nice play on first down. Play action on 2nd and 10. Well protected. Lobbing into space. Tommy Chambers takes a big shot. But it's an 18-yard reception for our senior leader at wide receiver. As he works this over route, finds some space in the zone coverage, and holds on tight. First down, Marshall. At the 45, inside give, Casey Smith bumped in the backfield, stumbling forward, picks up 6. Able to make something out of nothing as we motion Taylor in, 2nd and 4, trying to go counter to the right side, and Leon Davenport and the Michigan D rally up to make the play. Leaving us with a 3rd and 5, quickly out to the sideline. Cedric Britt breaking a tackle and bowling over somebody else and powering forward. He's got 5 yards and he fights and gets the first down. Impressive work by TE2, and on the very next play, the blocking breaks down. Play action, Dominic Hale comes right through the line of scrimmage as we have some miscommunication between the center and the 2 guards. Pressure gets in immediately. 2nd and 18, Adams on the keeper, just trying to get some back. Makes it a manageable 3rd and 9. Play action. Now leaking out to the right, not seeing anybody downfield. Adams going to get hit as he throws. Tried to throw it away late. Takes the shot. The Marshall's drive is going to stall there. Brandon Edwards, the Michigan QB, 365 and 4 scores in the opener last week. The senior leads this Michigan team as they got the stop on their first defensive possession, and now here comes Edwards. Running it. 8-yard pickup on first down. Shotgun 2nd and 2. They look to throw it. Edwards gets outside along the edge. Ryan Young brings him down, but he's able to pick up the first. Edwards using his legs early. That's 2 runs in a row. Now here's 3. Edwards getting bumped. Picks up 3 on the zone read keeper. 2nd and 7. Now they go draw play to Jackson. Brian Jackson getting tackled in the backfield as the Marshall D was ready for that one. Now it's a 3rd and 8. They try to get the screen. Edwards looking to throw, and he's going to go down. Nice play by Tyrone Hooper, having a nice start to his Marshall career, picks up a big sack. And so both teams punt on their opening possession midway through the first quarter. Marshall and Michigan matching up in this one. From about the 40 of Marshall, motioning William Matthews into the backfield. It's a sweep right to Casey Smith, who's got some speed, gets around the corner, hits a back juke, jukes back inside, 17 yards. First down, first explosive play for Marshall. And check out Brian Justice, number 79, the right guard, best right guard in college football, getting it done. Beautiful. Now quick screen out to Chandler Taylor. He's got 11. Nice job by Taylor. As we motion Matthews into the backfield, he turns into a lead blocker. Casey Smith gets tripped up, probably had more yards to go. He gets 9, leaves us with a 2nd and 1. Well protected, Adams getting outside the pocket, now throwing back across the middle, and the throw bounces on him, leaving us with a 3rd and 1. Zone read keeper, Adams has it, getting to the edge, he's got the first down and more. Breaking a tackle, gonna get spun down about the 10-yard line, and Marshall into the red zone, converts on 3rd and short. 1st and 10, they're gonna market him at the 10.5, moving Ross across the formation. Inside give, no, it's a sweep left. Clemens, he picks up 5. Jeff Clemens, his first carry on the day. Casey Smith on 2nd and 5, motioning out of the backfield, spreading this Michigan D out along the goal line. It's over the middle to Tommy Chambers. He's going to have it about the 1. They're going to give him 4.5. Now it's a 3rd and inches. Marshall can still get the first down. Jones, the backup tight end, moves across the line of scrimmage. They stand up Casey Smith, and then he spins forward. They're going to give him the first, not get him into the end zone. This one was wild. Smith gets hit, gets stood up, and then the second effort, as he sort of spins out of this tackle, he reaches the ball forward. They say it's enough for the first. He's clearly down short of the end zone. So Marshall picks it up, 1st and goal. Power formation, we go play action. Looking to get outside. Andrew Adams is just going to keep this one, and he's going to get in. Play action pass. We decide to tuck it once we see the man coverage, and Andrew Adams, continuing his good start to the career and to the season, he rushes this one into the end zone. Coach Mayo's fired up. His young quarterback on the road puts us into the end zone. 7-0 Marshall. Edwards, the Michigan offense coming out for their second possession. Don Ward going backwards. Really nice play there by Ron Davis, his 2nd TFL already. 2nd and 13 as the first quarter comes winding down to an end. It's Brandon Edwards who gets strung out. I think technically he got back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure. They might have given another TFL. Regardless, it's 3rd and very long. And what a catch by Lee Turner. Are you kidding me? 27-yard one-handed reception. Take a look at that again. We talked about it. Michigan's got some dudes at wide receiver, and that's a heck of a play there. But they come back with the run, and look at that. Tyrone Hooper and Ryan Young doing work to get the TFL. Now a 2nd and 13. The pass is a little too hot and wide. 3rd and long upcoming. Edwards getting hit as he thrown. That's a fumble. Schmidt, the offensive lineman, recovers it, but Brandon Edwards gets sacked. And check out Ron Davis in the first half he is having. I think he's got 2, maybe 3 tackles for loss. Now has the sack, fumble. Marshall, unlucky not to recover it, but heck of a play by Davis. My goodness. Michigan punts. We get the ball on the touchback at the 20. Adams getting outside of the pocket. Now pump fakes. Now keeps it. Gets upfield. Steps out of bounds. Probably had a couple more yards, but they're going to give him 2. 2nd and 8. Running right. Cutting it back is Casey Smith. On top of bodies. Stands up. Keeps his balance. Finds the first down and more. 14 yards and great effort by Casey Smith as we give it to Clemens running left, and he finds a little crease. 7 yards for Jeff Clemens as we're moving the ball. 2nd and 3 as the second quarter has started. Casey Smith gets strung out. TFL on that one. Davenport, his 2nd TFL of the day. 3rd and 4. Adams in shotgun, looking, throwing downfield, hit as he throws. It is incomplete, and Marshall's drive is going to end right there. Thompson, our punter, gets it inside of their 30, but that's as far as we can go. It is Michigan's going to take over again. Nice play by Mario not to let that thing bust loose. Brian Jackson broke a couple tackles in the backfield. 2nd and 9, play action. Edwards stepping into it, and nice swat by David Watkins. Gets his right hand in there on the slant, swats it away, leaving them with a 3rd and 9. They draw play it to Jackson. We were ready for it. He falls forward for 5. Very conservative by Harbaugh, but they're going to punt it, and both teams trading punts here in the first half as it is slow and go. Both defenses doing a nice job. That's a 6-yard gain for Smith up the middle. 2nd and 4. Adams under pressure, going to go down. The play action pass protection has not been there. Davenport having a similar impact on this one. He's got 3 TFLs and a sack. 3rd and 9. Chambers. They're going to go zone read keeper. Adams breaks a tackle, getting some room, getting a couple blocks across the 50, inside the Michigan 30, 20, 15, 10, gets tripped up inside the 5. It's a 65-yard rush for Andrew Adams as he broke free of the Michigan linebacker on the second level, and he had speed. Really bummer that we didn't get that final block. I think Chandler Taylor was out there. It was. Didn't help him get the final block and get into the end zone. But Andrew Adams and that explosive athleticism gets us 60-plus yards, and we're inside the 5 as we go Casey Smith, draw play. He's got 4. 2nd and goal upcoming. Getting outside on the edge, flipping it. Brennan Armstrong gets into the end zone from 1 yard out, as Andrew Adams does a great job extending the play, working here with his tight end who has outside leverage. You see that guy's out there initially for Michigan in coverage, but as he continues to let the play go, he finds some room, and there is Brennan Armstrong for 6. Marshall taking a 2-score lead, 14-0. 3:30 left to go in the first half as we kick it to Brown. He's got a seam and a convoy across the 40, across the 50, Marshall's 40, Marshall's 20, and tackled down. Greg Brown with a 78-yard return, and that is not exactly what Coach Mayo drew up as he took a 2-score lead on the road. Marshall giving up a huge play on special teams. Michigan now has it inside of the red zone. This play, a designed quarterback run for Edwards, is only going to pick up 1. 2nd and 9. They go draw play to Jackson. Not very aggressive and not very creative with the run game, leaving them with a 3rd and 9. Lobbing to the sideline on the corner route. Stan Davis makes a nice catch, 12 yards, and they're set up 1st and goal. Huge conversion for Michigan to keep this drive going. Draw play to Jackson as he gets hit and stood up. 2nd and goal. It's a Wildcat. Jackson keeping it himself, fighting with, I think that was Kenneth Daniels, and he works his way into the end zone, powering through our smaller free safety. Yeah, it sure was. Daniels didn't have the strength to bring him down. And after the huge special teams play, Michigan punches it in. Wow, 14-7, just like that. Adams getting it again. 2-minute drill here as we're inside of 2 minutes in the first half. Inside give to Casey Smith initially. Adams on the edge, not a lot of option. Throws it late to Matthews, who's going to drop it. He was wide open as he works all the way across the field, and William Matthews drops a big play. 3rd and 4. Cedric Britt converting again. Really nice, good hard running by Britt. We're going to take a timeout. 1:18 to go. We have it, and we full start. I think that was left guard Thomas Webb, as the Michigan crowd starts to get louder, backs us up, and we're trying to work the 2-minute drill. We find Armstrong. He fights off a tackle. Does he get out of bounds? They say he did not, so the clock's going to keep running. Brennan Armstrong picks up a few. Inside give here to Casey Smith. Fighting forward. He has the first down. 6-yard rush. We're going to take the timeout. We've got a new set of downs. Big play there by Casey Smith. Motioning Tommy Chambers into the backfield. Play action. Throwing over the middle. William Matthews drops another one. Oh my goodness. William, squeeze it. You don't see that from Matthews very often. He's been so good for us. Tommy Chambers on the crosser. 10 yards. He's got it. I think they're going to give him the first down. We're having that little score bug on the bottom right-hand corner, so I can't really see. And then, of course, Matthews makes a diving catch here. Hardest catch of the day. He makes that one. The 2 easy ones he drops. Oh well. Check down to Casey Smith. 10 seconds left to play. We take our 3rd and final timeout as we hit the check down in the first down. Going to have to be smart here. No timeouts left. Andrew Adams getting outside of the pocket. Going to have to tuck this one and run. 3-yard carry. Smart and wisely steps out of bounds. 81 yards rushing already here in the first half. And that's going to trot out Manny Seymour. Can he put some more points on the board for us before the half? 5 seconds left, he drills it. Big time kick by the redshirt freshman. And check this out, late into the first half, Missouri 28-17 over number 2 ranked North Carolina. And that Seymour kick was the last important action of the first half. Marshall takes a 17-7 lead into the halftime locker room. 79 yards passing, 160 yards rushing, and look at the disparity. 160 to just 10 on the ground for Michigan. We double them up in time of possession, have not forced any turnovers. It feels like we're in full control of this game, but it's only a 10-point lead. Obviously, that special teams play was a big one to keep Michigan in this. As we come out for the start of the 3rd quarter, Michigan, after a good return, has it at their own 35. They continue to stay on the ground with the draw play. Brian Jackson has 5. 2nd and 5. Edwards in shotgun. 5 guys out into the route. Finding Stan Davis, who's having a huge day. Over the middle. Daniels is going to be able to wrestle him down, but Stan Davis has 48 yards. 2 catches for 60 for Davis. Edwards had just enough time, and he just kind of runs away from Corey Brown on this deep over route. Marshall gives up the big play. Set up inside the 15. Edwards in shotgun. 4-man rush, and it's going to be just wide. He was looking for Davis again. Montgomery on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Ward motions into the backfield. They go zone read keeper. Edwards, speed option, had a pitch man. Somehow decides to keep it. Is only able to get 3 yards. That one probably could have scored. It was well blocked. Edwards Now throwing to the sideline. It's Daniels on 3rd and 7 who ranges over. Garrett Beach makes the reception, but he's going to be short. And check out this from the back end. Kenneth Daniels in his cover 2, his half-field coverage. He reads this one instantly, flies up, makes the tackle, and forces the field goal attempt. That was a huge play by our best safety on the team. Michigan is going to convert it, hits the chip shot, and we're back to a 7-point game. 17-10, Michigan claws back, scores on their opening possession of the half. Nice job by them. Now it's Casey Smith returning this one, and he's got a little alley up the sideline across the 50 as it's another huge special teams return. 51 yards for Casey Smith, and that's exactly what Marshall needed to kind of keep the momentum on their side. 3-yard counter run to Jeff Clemens on 1st down. Now a 2nd and 7, blitz coming. We get it out quickly. William Matthews jukes and falls down. He's got the 11-yard reception in the 1st. Now Andrew Adams scurrying, launching downfield, has Chandler Taylor who spins and gets grabbed 24 yards as we got outside of the pocket, and we found Chandler Taylor streaking down the sideline. Sweep right to Casey Smith on 1st and goal. He's got 3 yards, gets stood up pretty good. As we look to throw it here, Andrew Adams over the middle. It's Tommy Chambers. 4-yard touchdown reception as Tommy was coming across the middle on the drag route in the red zone. Adams delivers a strike right up on his face mask. He holds on to another tough contested catch, and Tommy Chambers scores a big one as Missouri starting to give up that lead 28-25 as North Carolina and them start the second half. They've crawled all the way back, 3-point game. Really good stuff by Tommy Chambers. Marshall scores the touchdown coming out of the halftime break as they go speed option pitch to Brian Jackson. Marshall adds back a 14-point lead. Edwards in shotgun, running into his own offensive lineman. It says he fumbled. He did. Matt Sullivan scoops this one up. We're going to have to take another look at it, but the linebacker makes a huge scoop recovery. Jermaine Johnson in, the ball is out. Absolutely. Number 90 stepping up, hitting Edwards. He loses the ball, and Marshall gets a huge takeaway. Beautiful field position, and we've got a chance to put some more points on the board. Setting up the screen on 1st down. Well blocked on the edge. Casey Smith's got some room inside the 10, down around the 5. Well done, 17 yards. Just get this ball out of our hands quick. Adams making a good decision, delivers a good one, and check out the blocking. That is the center and the right guard getting out on the edge. Casey Smith getting into space. We talked about it. This playbook giving our athletes more of a chance. And here's a draw play for Smith up the middle on 1st and goal. He's got a few. Little pistol offset set. We motion Taylor back into the backfield. Fake the give to Smith. Now scrambling. Adams under pressure and just has to throw it away. Nice not to take a sack there. 3rd and goal as Michigan's done a good job down here. But it's quarterback power. Quarterback keeper Andrew Adams into the end zone, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day, and that is a huge 7 points for Marshall, and this is beautifully blocked. You get Webb on the edge, you get Casey Smith, the runner, out there getting a little bit of a piece, and Marshall takes the 31-10 lead, up 3 scores. Woo, man, oh man, what a statement by the boys here in the big house. Huge hit by Montgomery as Michigan needs to make a play here. They've got to find a way to put more points up as Edwards scrambles here for 12 on the zone read keeper, down 21 points. Now it's a motion sweep to Davis. He's running out of room. He finds a few, 3 yards. It's a 2nd and 7. Now they motion Turner. Wildcat keeper for Jackson. He falls forward, bumps off a couple people. It's going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. Edwards in there in shotgun, and they give it inside to Jackson, but Matt Sullivan is there. It's a TFL for Sullivan, and surprisingly, Michigan decides to punt it to us. So with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, down 3 scores, kind of looking at a 4th and 2, Michigan punts it. That's insane as they TFL us here as we tried to get a little option going. It's going to leave Marshall with a 2nd and 12, but I'm shocked that they decided to make that call and punt the ball back to us. Tommy Chambers on the slant has 11, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1 as we wind down the 3rd quarter. Timeout. We didn't love the play call. Coach Mayo takes a timeout here before giving up really an important play and decision. Andrew Adams on 3rd and 1, getting outside of the pocket. No one's got an account for the quarterback. He's going to slide down, scramble, and get the 1st. That is a big-time conversion as we start the 4th. Design quarterback run again. Adams takes a hit. He has 7, but that QB run game has been so effective for us. Smith juking upfield, 7 yards for Casey Smith, another first down for Marshall. We're inside of 8 minutes, 3 scores, they are down. Marshall very content to run the ball, keep the clock moving, and having so much success. Another gashing play, 104 yards and counting for Casey Smith. Adams looking to throw quickly. Tommy Chambers on the slant, and he's going to get in. We lulled them to sleep with the run all drive, and here's Andrew Adams, his 3rd passing touchdown on the day, and this is just too much space. Look at this. It's Tommy Chambers on a slant. I don't know what the cornerback is doing back there along the goal line. He gets totally fooled. Tommy Chambers cuts it upfield, falls into the end zone, and it's a 4-touchdown lead for Marshall on the road. 38-10, 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Another top 10 matchup, and Marshall is in full control, and I did not see this one coming. And here's even worse news. Brandon Edwards gets hit. He stays down, needs to be helped off. So it's the backup Joseph coming into the game. Steven Joseph, incomplete on his first attempt of the day. 2nd and 10, 7 minutes to go. Joseph pump faking left. Now lobbing deep downfield. Fowler somehow holds on to this one. Kenneth Daniels, I was trying to reach up and swat with L1. I had just usered him, and for some reason he doesn't animate to swat this ball down, and Fowler just reaches up with his big body and brings it in. Under 7 minutes to go. Joseph, well protected, throwing a strike over the middle to Ward. He's got 4. 2nd and 6. Joseph looking, finding no one and getting hit hard. Tyrone Hooper, 2nd sack on the day. And check out this move. Oh my goodness. He just yanks the offensive lineman down, hits the swim over top, and he's right in on the quarterback. 2 sacks today. And Tyrone Hooper, look at this. I mean, he's an 80 overall, but 6'4", 280. Nice big body. I really like this JUCO transfer. He's had a nice start to his career. 3rd and 14. Joseph, under pressure, gets it out, finds Ward. He's got 8 yards. It's going to leave him with a 4th and 6, and a broken hand, missing 8 weeks for Edwards. So it gets even worse for Michigan, as they're going to be without their starting quarterback and senior leader. They're going to lose this game, and they're going to lose him. That is devastating. They do convert the first down. We send the blitz. Jackson breaks off a tackle on the check down, falls forward. You know, hey, give credit to Joseph, the backup. He's actually thrown the ball decently, as Mario Sanders and Love fail to bring down Jackson. He's got 5 yards, leaving them with a 2nd and 5. Empty set. Joseph lobbing to the end zone, and it's David Watkins. Well, that's the backup for you. Trying to force it in there on the slant route, and check out the coverage by David Watkins, our #1 cornerback on this team. And check out this coverage. He's sort of in that little pressed bail, and he knows the inside release is coming. Reads it, jumps it. Marshall, nice stand down along the red zone. But it is going to leave us at the 2-yard line. Casey Smith needing to power forward to even get out of his own end zone. Oof. 2nd and 9, have to be clean here. Don't want to give them any points, any momentum. Smith falling forward for another 3. It's going to leave us with a 3rd and 5. We're throwing, and this quick out route to Tommy Chambers is a little wide. Probably the worst throw Adams has had today. Felt a little pressure. It's going to force the punt, so Michigan is going to get it back. Thompson doesn't have a huge leg, so they'll have it inside of the 50-yard line as he falls forward. 9 yards for Greg Brown. 4 sacks, an interception, and a forced fumble for Marshall's D. 2 sacks for Michigan, but they have not turned us over. We've definitely been the much better side defensively. Joseph, the quarterback, designed quarterback run. He picks up 2. Under 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Joseph in shotgun, feeling some heat, and he's going to go down. And that is Aaron Sowell, the freshman linebacker, #1 recruit at his position, picking up a nice sack here in the 4th quarter, leaving them with a 3rd and 15. Joseph, well protected, lobbing. Corey Brown there. No, he stumbles and can't make the play. And Stan Davis, who's had a great day for Michigan, hits us on the touchdown. Joseph now 6 of 8 and a passing touchdown. And how many times have we seen this movie? Mario Sanders, a liability in coverage, gets burnt off the line of scrimmage. Corey Brown takes a bad angle, tries to make a play on the ball. Ultimately, Stan Davis is able to score. Michigan does get 7 more. 38-17, lining up for the onside, and Chandler Taylor scoops it up quickly, working his way, broke a tackle, getting out on the edge. gonna finally get drugged down. Marshall does recover. That's the most important part of the story, and just using this possession to run out the clock. Gonna kneel it. That's the final action of the game. Marshall getting it done. Definitely frustrating to give up that final touchdown. You know, just a little blown coverage, but hey, doing work. 165, 97 on the ground, 5 total touchdowns for our boy Andrew Adams. My goodness, he has been good as we kneel it out. We take down another top 10 team, and you know what? I think this win was more impressive than the last one. We go on the road in hostile territory, get it done in dominating fashion, winning 38-17. Second straight player of the game for Adams. 5 scores, no turnovers. I think we have a star in the making, y'all. Casey Smith rushes for 108. He ran through tacklers all day long, fell forward all day long. Chambers, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, finally comes alive for us as the senior wide receiver leader. Brennan Armstrong also gets his first touchdown reception of the year. And defensively, Hooper, 2 sacks, his first 2 career as a member of the herd, and so does Aaron Sowell, his first career sack. So really good stuff by some new people on the defensive side of the ball for us. Michigan turns it over twice. They only were able to muster 44 yards on 28 carries. A smothering performance by our run D. Great win by the boys today. Somehow week 4 is already upon us. New defensive coordinator Durante Jones is up to a level 12, and our first visitor of the season, 78 overall cornerback Jason Williams, is ready to book his trip. We'll use the coach upgrade point. It'll be the first one into tackling, +1 tackle, pursuit, and hit power for every defender in each game, so that'll be helpful. And then quickly, as we look at the week 3 scoreboard, North Carolina ends up exploding late, wins that game in dominant fashion, 53-28. They avoid disaster. But as we scroll down, what is happening in the SEC? For the second week in a row, an FCS team goes crazy and stuns a team in the South. Love the Stone Cold Steve Austin video. A touchdown with 31 seconds left from the 1-yard line is the dagger that ends up taking out the Tide. Anthony Palmer, our old defensive coordinator from season 5, they went 7-6 last year, and now an FCS loss. He's got to be gone. But man, what an episode. We're going to leave it right there. Be sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far. It feels good to be back for season 6. 2-0 Florida State is coming to town, and ACC conference play is going to get started. It's going to be another big one. It feels like every week in this conference, it's just like that. Thanks for the love and support. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.